Hubert it was able to kind of capitalize on, a lot of guys' turnovers. I don't remember the exact number of points
22.
off turnovers. 22 points off
22
turnovers.
off of 14 turnovers.
Yeah, just how, I guess even the timeliness of the turnovers. I mean, how much do you think that kind of, changed the tide of this?
I do. I think the turnovers were costly. I think the time of the turnovers were costly. And I think the conversion of the turnovers, I mean, that's almost a pick six. Every time you turn the ball over, you're scoring. And so very difficult to withstand something like that.
Some of the guys were saying that sometimes they'll over dribble, on
Yes.
offense, and it just, what do you think kind of leads to that, and just what kind of leads to, I guess, guys just kind of over dribbling and play stalling out like that?
Well, one of the things that we talk about all the time is 0.5 mentality on the offensive end. As soon as you catch it, shoot it, pass it, or drive it. We never talk about holding it or over dribbling it. It's those are the things that we talk about on the offensive end.
You guys were up 4 with 6.5 minutes left. They outscore you 14-2 to close the game. This has happened a lot. How can you characterize the differences or the similarities in these different closes by opponents?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can lump all of them together. I just, we had costly turnovers, but we missed 3 or 4 layups. I mean, we had shots around the rim that just didn't go in, that would have tied the game, put us up by a couple, and so, we had 3 looks at the rim to tie it within 2 minutes to go, and just weren't able to convert.
What is the level of frustration when it continues to happen?
I think it's a combination of a number of things. There's frustration, disappointment. I think it stops there, and I think it has to stop there. I mean, our next game is on Saturday, and we've got to find a way to get better in that area, especially in late games. And not just late games, throughout the entire game. You talk about down the stretch. I don't know how many points we had, but we had a lead in the first half.
Up 10.
Yeah, we're up 10 in the first half. So that's a common theme. Same thing against Stanford. Same thing against Wake Forest. We have leads, and then we go into halftime, and we're only up by 1 or up by 2. I can't remember how much we led in the second half. It's just 7. Yeah. So, and one of the things that we always talk about is, we can get there, but can we stay there? With that level of attention to detail and consistency. And so, I wouldn't point towards just the end of the game. I would say throughout the entire game, where we've done a good job of building a lead, and then we have those stretches throughout the entire game.
You guys hang on. If you want Elliot, he's heading out, so grab Elliot right now too, please.
You guys had a really good
Keep going,
rhythm
Coach.
shooting around the perimeter in the first half. What changed that got you guys out of that rhythm, or what did you guys need to do better to maintain that throughout the rest of the game?
Well, I mean, defensively, they switched up and started switching everything on and off the ball, and so when teams do that, they make you play one-on-one. And as I referenced before, I felt like instead of moving the ball, I felt like at times we tried to attack maybe a little bit too quickly, off those switches. But you got to give credit to Pittsburgh, and then Austin had 5 blocks. He's a perimeter player and had 5 blocks, and I don't know how many of them were on jump shots. And so, sometimes individual or an opponent makes better plays than you do.
Hubert, in your opinion, what do you think Elliott still needs to learn about playing with fouls and not committing more? I've seen like his foul trouble tripped you up some in the second half, because when he was in, you guys were crisper, it seemed like.
Well, I think I wouldn't characterize it in regards to a specific player. I would say our foul troubles 90 feet away from the basket, those types of fouls,
Yeah.
they may seem little, but that's one towards the penalty. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And so that gets a team towards the penalty. So that's been another thing. You know, we lead the ACC in free throw attempts and free throws made, and we lost the battle at the free throw line. In large part because Pittsburgh, in both halves, were able to get into the penalty because, you know, we had unnecessary fouling.
Hubert, how do you keep these guys together and spirits up?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, that's easy.
Is it?
I think I do. I mean, what choice do you have? I mean, yeah, you do. I mean, I love these kids. I love this team, and it's a great lesson for this group and this team, and it's a great lesson for life. And I really believe that there is no choice. The choice is to get back up and step forward and continue to competitively fight and prepare and continue to improve. I just don't even think there is a choice.
Do you look at it like we're close over and over again in these late game situations, or do you more look at it like we can't find a way to close it out outside of Boston College?
Yeah, again, I wouldn't look at it in late game situations. I would characterize it for the entire game. You know, you said we're up by 10 in the first half. You know, it's those stretches, and you know, we have a thin margin for error, and those stretches throughout the entire game, you know, really hurt us.
Hubert, we've all seen rivalry games change a team's focus, get them really together. I mean, to an extent, we saw that with you guys in 22. What happened at Cameron seemed to change the whole season. Do you look at Saturday as an opportunity for this team to really lock in and get moving in the right direction?
No. Saturday is we'll prepare, we'll practice, and we'll play with the same type of competitive enthusiasm that we played with tonight. You know, I don't believe in one game being more than I think every game is a Super Bowl. Whether it's a preseason game, I just anytime you get a chance to step out there on the floor, you should be ready to go.
One more, most of these guys, you're going to get them again on Thursday, and it's midnight, so.
How close was Jaylen Washington to playing tonight? I mean, he warmed up some.
Yeah, he wasn't close, but he's improving fast. And we were really scared because of the history of his knee and what was going to happen, and everything came back negative. And he's improved dramatically every day since the Boston College, but he wasn't ready to play. He didn't practice the last couple of days, but he's improving a lot every day.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Appreciate